All right, this is a little bit further into authoritative content, and we're going to specifically talk about know, like, and trust. I have a thing though, and I'm going to tell you off the bat that how I teach this is probably different than you've learned. I actually like to think it of as know, trust, like, and I'm going to explain why, but I feel know, trust, like is a better representation of what is really important. Here is the thing about the know, like, and trust factor. When you are told to build your know, like, and trust factor, most people spend a lot of time trying to get their audience to know them, like them, and trust them, right? But where we get it wrong is this know part. Your audience is not wanting to know who you are. They are not. That's not what they're there for. They want you to let them know that you know who they are. They want to be known by you, not know you. This is the single most important shift. Do you hear me? Like, this is the single most important shift in your content, that as you are writing from a place of letting someone know that you see them. What I have found is digital marketing has created a bunch of digital marketers with accounts that are working really, really hard to say, pick me, choose me, look at me. I know you can buy from me. I'm better. Tearing other people down or building themselves up however they can. They find a way to scream, choose me. And instead, when you show up as an authority, you are actually saying, I know you. I've been there. I've done that. I see you. I know how you feel. Let's really break this apart here, okay? Even just the fact that you're inside my course right now. Why are you here? Ultimately, you ended up trusting me, but why? Because I resonated with you. Because the message I gave was a message you understood. You felt seen. This is the thing. We need people to feel like we are reading their mail, that they are so seen that they're like, yeah, that's me. Yes, that's me. Okay, I don't care what it is, I'm in. Like, how did you know that? How did you see me? And instead, we're spending all this time trying to get people to understand who we are. And this is the thing that I can't, I don't know how to say it any other way. Like, there are truths in marketing that are so important. Like the fact that you need to tell your story is very important. But when we just say, go out and tell your story, here's the thing. You have people telling sob stories, telling their story about how, they don't have any money and they're showing no authority, and their story is not translating into sales at all because it's a sad story. It's not any authority, and it doesn't let the audience member know, the person on the other screen, not just know that you relate to them, but know that you've gone through it and you can take them there, that you found the solution. And that is what most people don't know how to do in this space. They're like, well, I haven't made thousands of dollars yet. So how can I talk about, making thousands of dollars? And whatever your niche is, maybe you haven't reached that goal yet. Maybe you haven't gone where you want, but you still want to help people. You have got to get micro specific and find something you can really be an authority on. And this is something that you can let people know you know them. And even if you don't have that own, like, it's not your own story, you can tell stories that still give you that credibility. You can tell someone else's story. I do it all the time in my posts. I talk about other people I know that have been through it. I have a friend and she went through XYZ, or my kids experience XYZ. It can be a story about someone else. It doesn't have to be your story. But this is the thing. At the end of the day, the way you tell that story needs to let them know that you know them. You need to call them out. You need to communicate in a way that you are trying to convey, you know who they are, you see them, and they are not alone. Once you convey that, then you convey that you have a solution, and they're going to trust you so much more. And that's where the trust factor comes in. Once you've convinced them that you know them, I see you, which is, by the way, the biggest desire human nature has is to be seen and known by people. That is our heart's cry. So once you find your audience and you're like, yes, I know you, I know what you're going through, and you call out those objections, you call out those pain points, you call out those limiting beliefs, you call out the emotions they're feeling, the internal process that they have, you talk specifically to them, you call them out, they are going to trust you because they're like, oh my gosh, they see me. So that trust factor becomes that much more. And when you have know and trust, guys, the like doesn't even matter. It doesn't. People don't have to like you. We spend too much time trying to get this one thing, getting people to like us. They don't need to like us. The like is a bonus. When you have people that come in and they're like, I loved that. I love you. I love how you communicate. I needed this. Like my DMs is full of people telling me like, oh my gosh, where have you been all my life? I needed this. I love the way you communicate. I love your kids knocking on the back door. I love how authentic you are. Whatever it is, they like me, and that's great. But guess what? They don't have to like me, and I don't need them to like me. If I show up and I let them know that I see them and I know them, and that I have a solution that got me there, it's a no-brainer for them, especially when it's tied to a low-ticket item like we teach in the silent sales strategy that makes them say yes immediately. So friends, hear me out. Quit wasting time on getting people to like you. You don't need them to like you. You don't even need them to see you. You can share parts of your story. Your story is important. And that's where I know this is like opposite logic. But when you take the time to let them know you know them and that they can trust you, you are going to get that authoritative content mastered, because no one spends the time letting people know that you see them when that is, I'm telling you, our heart's number one cry. And when you do that, they trust you. Then they don't trust you because of your story. They don't trust you because of who you are and what you've been through and all this pick me and 10 tips that tell them that you really know what you're talking about. That's not why they trust you. You were able to copy and paste that content from anywhere. That's not means to trust, right? The means to trust is knowing that you have the ability to see me and talk to me right where I'm at. You read my mail. I feel known by you. And then you talk about your story. Hey, yeah, I have been there and I found a solution, and they trust the solution, and it is a no-brainer for them. We do not need to focus on the like. The like is a gift that comes after. I am thankful for all of you who like me, but you do not have to like me. It is third place in my world. So this is my version of no like trust. It's actually no trust like.